It's Stefan Pape from Hey You Guys. Marina, I was going to start with you because Anna is such a inspiring and interesting character in many ways because she knows what she wants. She's very ambitious, but when we meet her, when you play her, her life contains lots of what ifs. It must have been a really interesting role for you to play.
Yes, what if, and why didn't I do what I wanted to do? I think that's like the big question for her that she has to face. Like I could have done, I had the possibility. I had what it takes, and I didn't do it. So, and that's like a constant like reproche. How would you say reproche? Something that she's like constantly taking on herself. And makes her someone a little bit angry with life, but also very capable.
And Jose, I was going to, I mean, obviously this is a whodunit, it's a thriller in many ways, but the thing that I liked most about the show was the feeling of like nostalgia of the difference between our past and our present. Are you quite a nostalgic person? Are you someone that looks back often?
Oh, all the time. all the time, my friend. I think I was born nostalgic, if that's possible. But yeah. Now I don't do it with sadness. I do it with calmness, and I feel fantastic and where my life is at the moment. But yeah, I keep going back all the time. I think it's very healthy, though.
Yeah, because I mean, I remember once I was walking down the street with my mum, and she bumped into someone, and she said, "Oh, I haven't seen that person for 25 years." And I was about 12 years old at the time. I was like, how is that possible? And now I'm becoming an adult. You realize that it does happen, doesn't it? I mean, do you still have that core group of friends from when you were younger?
Yes, and I used to think a lot about that when we were shooting this, and I would also like, and we used to do it, like to listen to the music we used to listen to when we were 20 years old. Mm-hmm. We used to do that a lot for, in this series. Uh-huh. Yeah, I love the question about nostalgia, and I think that the series has that.
Yeah, so this is a bit of a profound question, but if you could go back and meet yourselves 20 years ago, as the sort of show does, what advice or what advice would you give to your younger selves?
To be not be very hard on myself, like I wouldn't like myself. And now when I see pictures of me, I say, oh my God, I was so wrong. Why did I did that to me?
I would tell myself to just enjoy the trip and not be anxious about it. Everything works out at the end.
And obviously, going back to there are obviously, like, as I mentioned, more thrilling aspects to this. It's a real page turn. It's one of those series where when an episode finishes, you just want to watch the next one straight away. Did you guys get all of the scripts in advance, or were you a bit like the audience, were you left waiting and wanting to find out what was going to be in the next episode?
No, we didn't read it all at once. They kept sending it to us, no?
Yeah, but that happened to me when I read the first one, exactly what you say, and I wanted to read the second one and ask for the second one and the third one, and then the end, we got it all together just a little bit before we started shooting, right?
Yeah, mm-hmm. But it works as well when you read it as when you see it.
Did you guys get to meet the younger actors playing the younger versions of yourselves? Did you guys sort of get to hang out much as a group, or was it quite separate?
Yes, no. In the beginning, we used to hang out. I mean, I knew Dario, who plays me, since he was like 2 years old. He's Gael Garcia's brother, so we saw him a lot. And but then obviously during the filming, they had their time and we had ours, so it was kind of...
Yeah, I had worked with Alicia in another series before. I didn't know her, and yes, we worked together, and then we let it be. And I think Gideon was he trusted that it would happen, and it happens. I'm really surprised when I saw it. It works.
Yeah, it works really well. Thank you so much for your time today, guys. Best of luck with the release of the series.
Thank you. Bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey